Hello, my kaku. My name is ʻAnakē. On behalf of my palalas and those who cannot be here physically due to incarceration, we would like to extend our deepest condolences and respect to the old Ohana. In 1990, ʻAnakē Nālani worked at ʻAlolike with two other women, Nakiona and Lynette Cruz. Together, they founded a program called He Alakuiwi. I believe the heart behind the program was to help our Kanaka find their identity spiritually, culturally, and most importantly, knowing their value and worth. From 1990 to 1992, ʻAnakē Nālani, as I mentioned earlier, started He Alakuiwi in a women's correctional facility where she had my mom, my Hanai mom, Haimin, facilitate the program. In 1992 is where I met ʻAnakē Nālani, Haimin Akiona, and Lynette Cruz as they expanded to the Halawa Maximum and Medium facility. When I met Auntie Nālani, I was 19 years old. I was just sentenced to 30 years in prison with a mandatory of 10 years. I was in a deep, dark place in my life. I was doing time in a maximum, so you could only imagine at 19 years old doing time in a Halawa Maximum facility, what that might have been like. For me, the hardest part was watching my son grow up behind the glass, because there was no physical contact. In the maximum facility, there's no programs. You're lucky you was able to go out for church. So when He Alakuiwi came to Halawa, it was an opportunity to not only get out of the cell, but to see other people other than the prison guards. So there was a bunch of us, probably about 20, maybe close to 25 of my brothers and myself. When we went there, we didn't know what to expect of the program. We just know it was a time to get out, and a time to associate or just be with civilian people. But all that changed in one class. There was so much love, so much intentionality, so much purpose. And ʻAnakē Nālani, being such the queen that she is, needed really no introduction, needed really no words. Just her presence alone was manna. It is so not easy for me right now to share. But there's kuleana in your life that you have to. She has done so much for us. So much. She, Lynette, they are the big reason that I am who I am today. I've learned so much about honesty, so much about love, so much about respect, but so much about integrity. As a Kanaka, I was probably mostly angry half of my life. She brought me along. She would never scold any of us. She would give us the time, or as much time allowed, to hear us out. And then they started bringing instruments, musical instruments, ukuleles, guitars. And for us as Kanaka, that was our way of healing. being able to play music, write music, and of course, be able to be blessed by her angelic voice that brought so much peace to all of us. Later on, things happened, and the program was shut down. It was hard for us, but we was able to stay connected. I was able to stay connected. True, I mean, they wasn't just friends or just teachers or coons. They became ohana. So I stand here today, 30 plus years later, because of the teachings, because of the love, because of the respect, because of the loyalty, because of the integrity, because of knowing the value and worth as a Kanaka. I'm free, completely out of the system. I've been out of systems for probably about 10 years. I've been home for over 20. Very active in the community, very active in my church. And that was a big part of my relationship with ʻAnakē and Nālani. Spirituality, knowing Akua, knowing these teachings, knowing the word and living it out. That was my best time of growing intimately with ʻAnakē. I know I don't have a lot of time, so as I wrap this up the best way that I can, again, I stand on behalf of the many that came alongside of her journey and the lives that are changed because of her. You are a queen and will forever be. Never forgotten. Mahalo so much for being that professor of life. I leave you with this one message to all of you watching. Family, friend, or even enemy. It is my message that I carry today from my queen, from my God. If you have any hakaka within the family, within your family, within your friends, and you have not made porno, hoing, you don't have too much time. You don't have the kind of time that you think you have to be holding on to grudges, to be killing yourself daily because you cannot forgive. Let me help you with this. Forgiveness cannot come from you anyway. Forgiveness can only come to the strength and power of our Lord. I pray that today will be the end of it all. Make porno, make right. There is nothing that you cannot forgive. Love one another, respect one another, be loyal to one another. Live with integrity. Why? Because that's the life of ʻAnakē Nālani holds. If you want to honor her If you claim to love her, then honor her by the way you live your life. In honesty, in love, in loyalty, and integrity. If I never get to meet any of you, I'll see you there. I love you. You know how you know I can love you? Because I love me. I love God. I love Auntie. And I was taught most of all, love people where they at, onto where they're going. God bless each and every one of you. Loving you all the way from the Big Island. I wish I could be there, but you here already, ʻAnakē. May the life of change continue. Bless you, my Kanakas. Aloha.